Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, looking down at the unknown below. Your heart is pounding, your mind is filled with doubt. You've failed before, and the fear of failing again is screaming at you to step back. But what if I told you that failure is not the end of the road? It's the beginning of something greater. Every great success story starts with failure. The difference between those who stay down and those who rise is not talent, not luck, not privilege. It's the willingness to keep going, to push forward despite the setbacks. To trust that every failure is just another step toward success. Think about the moments in your life when things didn't go as planned. The job you didn't get, the dream that seemed just out of reach, the rejection that made you question everything. Now, ask yourself, what if that failure wasn't a stop sign, but a detour leading you to something even greater? Tonight, we're going to talk about the journey from failure to success, not just the glamorous victories, but the struggles, the lessons, the moments that test you, because if you learn to embrace failure, success isn't a matter of if, but when. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of success. This idea may seem difficult to accept, especially in a world that celebrates achievements and hides struggles. Society often glorifies the outcome, the victories, the people who have made it. We see the trophies, the awards, the wealth, and the admiration, but we rarely see the journey. The rejections, the disappointments, the late nights filled with frustration, the moments of doubt, and the countless times these individuals failed before they finally succeeded. Yet, if you look closely at any story of greatness, you will find that failure was not just an obstacle, but a necessary step towards success. Failure teaches lessons that success never can. When you fail, you are forced to analyze, adjust, and grow. It humbles you, makes you stronger, and builds resilience. Think about a child learning to walk. That child falls hundreds of times before finally taking their first steps. They don't see falling as failure, they see it as part of learning. Somewhere along the way, as we grow older, we start believing that falling is a sign to stop. We start fearing failure, avoiding risks, and hesitating to chase our dreams because we don't want to experience the pain of falling. But the truth is, failure is only a problem if you let it stop you. If you embrace it, if you learn from it, if you use it as fuel, then failure becomes a powerful tool for growth. Every failure is feedback. It tells you what doesn't work, what needs improvement, and what adjustments are necessary. It refines your skills, sharpens your mindset, and forces you to evolve. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history happened because of failure. Thomas Edison, the man who invented the light bulb, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Imagine if he had stopped after his first attempt, or his 10th, or even his 1,000th. The world would be a very different place. He understood that failure was not the opposite of success, but a crucial part of the process. Every failed experiment brought him closer to the right answer. Failure also builds character and forces you to develop perseverance, patience, and a strong work ethic. People who have experienced failure and kept going tend to be more grounded, more grateful, and more appreciative of success when it finally arrives. They understand the value of hard work. They know that nothing worth having comes easy. Success without struggle is often short-lived, but success built on the foundation of failures is lasting and deeply fulfilling. Rejection is one of the most painful forms of failure, yet it is often a blessing in disguise. Many of the most successful people in the world were rejected countless times before they got their big break. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first television job. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. J.K. Rowling was rejected by multiple publishers before one finally took a chance on Harry Potter. These people could have let rejection define them. They could have given up, accepted defeat, and lived ordinary lives, but instead they used rejection as motivation to prove themselves. They didn't take no as the final answer. They kept working, kept improving, and kept believing in themselves until they turned failure into success. One of the biggest mistakes people make is letting failure affect their self-worth. Failing at something does not mean you are a failure. It simply means you tried something that didn't work at all. Too many people allow failure to define them, to make them feel like they are not good enough, smart enough, or talented enough. But the truth is, failure only defeats you if you let it. The most successful people in the world are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who refused to quit. They are the ones who fell down and got back up every single time. Another important thing to understand is that failure is temporary. No failure is permanent unless you give up. Just because you failed today does not mean you will fail forever. As circumstances change, skills improve, and new opportunities arise. The key is to keep going. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not luck, intelligence, or talent. It's persistence. It's the ability to keep showing up, even when things are hard, even when you don't see results right away. The journey to success is rarely a straight path. It is filled with detours, roadblocks, and unexpected challenges, but each failure along the way is a stepping stone, pushing you closer to your goal. If you can shift your mindset and start seeing failure as a teacher rather than an enemy, you will realize that every setback is actually a setup for a greater comeback. Success is not about never failing. It is about failing forward. It is about using every failure as an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to improve. The most successful people in the world are not those who never failed, but those who never let failure stop them. The moment you embrace failure as part of success, you take away its power to defeat you. Instead, you turn it into the very thing that propels you toward greatness. Falling is inevitable in life. Every person, no matter how talented, intelligent, or hardworking, will face setbacks, disappointments, and moments of failure. What truly matters is not whether you fall, but how you respond to it. Some people fall and never get back up, allowing failure to define them and keep them stuck in place. Others choose to fall forward, using failure as a stepping stone to something greater. Falling forward means learning from mistakes, making adjustments, and continuing to push ahead despite obstacles. It is the mindset that separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck in failure. When people experience failure, the natural reaction is to feel discouraged. The pain of failure can make people doubt themselves, question their abilities, and even consider giving up. But failure, when viewed through the right lens, is not a dead end. It is a lesson, a necessary part of growth. Every mistake, every setback, every rejection carries a lesson that can make a person stronger, wiser, and more prepared for success. The key is to analyze what went wrong, extract the lesson, and apply it moving forward. This is what it means to fall forward, turning failure into an opportunity for growth instead of a reason to stop. History is filled with stories of people who faced failure but chose to fall forward. Take Michael Jordan, for example. He is considered one of the greatest basketball players of all time, yet he was once cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of giving up on his dream, he used that failure as motivation. He trained harder, improved his skills, and eventually became a legendary athlete. He once said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." His words perfectly capture the concept of falling forward, using failure as fuel rather than allowing it to be a roadblock. Another example is Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb. His journey to success was filled with thousands of failed experiments. Each time he failed, he did not see it as a waste of time, but as a necessary step toward discovery. He believed that every failure brought him one step closer to the right solution. This mindset is crucial for anyone striving to achieve something great. If Edison had given up after his first few failures, the world might not have benefited from his invention. His success was not just the result of intelligence, but also persistence and a willingness to fall forward. Falling forward requires resilience. It means getting back up every time life knocks you down. It means refusing to let failure have the final say. Resilient people understand that failure is not personal. Just because they failed at something does not mean they are failures as individuals. They separate the experience from their identity and refuse to let setbacks define their future. They understand that the road to success is filled with obstacles and every fall is simply part of the journey. One of the biggest reasons people fail to fall forward is fear. The fear of failing again, the fear of looking foolish, the fear of rejection. It all keeps people stuck. Many people would rather not try at all than risk failing. But avoiding failure is not the same as achieving success. In fact, fear of failure often leads to inaction, which is the surest way to fail permanently. The people who achieve great things are not those who never felt fear, but those who acted despite it. They understand that failure is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. Rejection is one of the most painful aspects of failure, but it is also one of the most valuable. Being told no can feel like a personal attack, but in many cases, rejection is simply redirection. It is life's way of saying, "Not this path. Try another." Many of the most successful people in the world faced countless rejections before they finally broke through. Actors, writers, entrepreneurs, and athletes all have stories of being told they weren't good enough. The ones who succeeded were the ones who kept going, who used rejection as motivation to improve rather than as a reason to give up. Falling forward also requires self-belief. If a person does not believe in themselves, they will not have the strength to keep going after failure. Self-doubt is one of the biggest obstacles to success, but it is also one of the most common struggles people face. The most successful people are not necessarily the ones who never doubted themselves, but the ones who did not let doubt stop them. They reminded themselves of their purpose, focused on their goals, and kept moving forward despite their fears. Success is rarely immediate. It is a process of trial and error, of taking risks, of learning from failure and trying again. The people who reach their goals are not the ones who had a smooth journey, but the ones who kept pushing through difficulties. Every fall, every mistake, every setback is simply a step on the path to something greater. Those who fall forward understand that failure is not the opposite of success. It is a necessary part of achieving it. Hard work and consistency are the foundation of success. Talent may give a person an advantage, but it is not enough to sustain long-term achievement. Many people rely on their natural abilities, thinking that being gifted in a particular area will guarantee success. However, talent without effort is wasted potential. The people who reach the highest levels of success are not necessarily the most talented, but the ones who work the hardest and remain consistent in their efforts. They understand that greatness is not built overnight, but through continuous dedication, discipline, and perseverance. Hard work is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. A person may have big ambitions, but without the willingness to put in the effort, those dreams will remain fantasies. Success requires sacrifice, late nights, early mornings, and a willingness to do what others will not. Many of the most successful individuals in history were not the smartest or the most gifted, but they were the most relentless. They refused to be outworked, and they understood that every hour of effort brought them closer to their goals. Hard work is what transforms vision into reality. Consistency is just as important as effort. It is not enough to work hard for a short period and then stop. Many people start strong but lose motivation when they do not see immediate results. They expect success to come quickly, and when it doesn't, they give up. But true success requires persistence. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is often the ability to keep going even when progress is slow. A person who improves just a little bit each day will eventually achieve greatness, while someone who only puts in effort occasionally will struggle to make lasting progress. Athletes provide a perfect example of how hard work and consistency lead to success. Take Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He was known for his legendary work ethic. While other players were sleeping, he was in the gym, practicing his shots for hours. He did not rely on talent alone. He pushed himself harder than anyone else. His dedication to constant improvement set him apart. Even at the peak of his career, he never stopped training, never stopped working, never became complacent. He understood that success is not a destination but an ongoing process. The same principle applies to musicians, writers, business leaders, and anyone striving to be great. The most successful authors do not write one book and stop. They write every day, refining their craft. The best entrepreneurs do not launch one business and relax. They constantly innovate, learn, and adapt. The most skilled musicians do not practice only when they feel like it. They commit to daily training, knowing that mastery comes from repetition. Success is not about occasional bursts of effort, but about showing up every day, regardless of circumstances. Hard work and consistency also build discipline. There will always be days when a person does not feel motivated. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. The people who achieve great things are not those who rely on motivation, but those who develop the discipline to work even when they don't feel like it. They train themselves to push through fatigue, frustration, and doubt. Discipline is what keeps a person moving forward when enthusiasm fades. It is the ability to stay committed to a goal even when progress is not immediately visible. Another important aspect of consistency is patience. Many people give up too soon because they expect results to come quickly, but true success takes time. A seed does not become a tree overnight. It must be watered and nurtured for months, even years, before it bears fruit. The same is true for any worthwhile goal. The people who achieve lasting success are those who are willing to put in the work for as long as it takes, no matter how difficult the journey may be. They trust the process and understand that small, consistent efforts compound over time. Hard work also creates opportunities. Many people wait for the perfect moment to start, believing that luck or circumstances will determine their success. But success is not about waiting. It is about taking action. The harder a person works, the more doors open for them. When someone consistently puts in effort, people notice. They gain skills, experience, and credibility. Opportunities come to those who are prepared, and preparation comes from relentless effort. Perhaps the greatest reward of hard work and consistency is self-respect. When a person commits to a goal and follows through, they develop confidence in themselves. They prove to themselves that they are capable, that they can overcome obstacles, that they can achieve what they set their mind to. This inner belief is what fuels long-term success. It is not about external validation, but about knowing deep down that one has earned their achievements through effort and persistence. The journey to success is never easy, but those who embrace hard work and consistency set themselves apart. While others look for shortcuts, they put in the work. While others give up, they keep going. They understand that success is not about talent alone, but about effort, discipline, and perseverance. Those who commit to working hard every day, without excuses, without shortcuts, and without giving up, are the ones who ultimately achieve greatness. Rejection is one of the most painful experiences a person can face, but it is also one of the most valuable. Many people see rejection as a sign that they are not good enough, that they should give up, or that their dreams are unattainable. However, rejection is not the end of the road. It is simply a redirection. It is life's way of steering a person towards something better, something more aligned with their purpose. Every no carries a lesson, an opportunity to grow, and a chance to refine one's skills, mindset, and approach. Those who succeed are not the ones who avoid rejection, but the ones who embrace it, learn from it, and use it as motivation to keep moving forward. Rejection often feels personal, but in most cases, it is not. When someone faces rejection, whether it be in a job interview, a creative pursuit, or a personal relationship, the immediate reaction is to assume that they are not good enough. However, rejection is often about timing, circumstances, or even the perspective of the person doing the rejecting. Just because one opportunity does not work out does not mean there will not be another. Sometimes rejection happens because a person is not yet ready for a particular opportunity. Other times it happens because something better is waiting down the road. In both cases, rejection is not a sign to stop, but a sign to grow, improve, and prepare for the next opportunity. Many of the most successful people in the world faced countless rejections before achieving greatness. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, was rejected by multiple publishers before one finally took a chance on her book. If she had given up after the first rejection, the world would never have known the magic of Harry Potter. Instead of seeing rejection as a reason to quit, she saw it as a reason to keep going. She believed in her story, and eventually she found someone who believed in it too. The same pattern can be seen in countless other success stories. Actors who were told they would never make it, entrepreneurs who were turned down by investors, athletes who were cut from teams. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is the ability to keep going despite rejection. Rejection builds resilience. Every time a person faces rejection and chooses to keep going, they become stronger. They learn to separate their self-worth from external validation. They develop a thicker skin and a greater ability to handle setbacks. In the process, they become more determined, more focused, and more capable. Rejection forces a person to look inward, to ask themselves how much they really want something, and to push themselves beyond their comfort zone. Those who succeed do not avoid rejection, they use it as a tool for growth. Rejection also provides an opportunity for self-reflection. When faced with rejection, a person has two choices. They can see it as proof that they are not good enough, or they can see it as an opportunity to improve. Many people take rejection personally and allow it to crush their confidence. However, the most successful individuals use rejection as feedback. They ask themselves what they can learn from the experience, what they can do differently next time, and how they can improve their skills or approach. In many cases, rejection is not a reflection of a person's abilities, but rather a sign that they need to make adjustments, refine their craft, or develop new strategies. Rejection also teaches patience. Many people want success to come quickly, but the reality is that most great achievements take time. Every rejection is a reminder that success is a journey, not a destination. It teaches people to trust the process, to keep working even when they do not see immediate results, and to stay committed to their goals. Those who give up after rejection miss out on the opportunities that come from persistence. Those who keep going eventually reach their destination, often in ways they never could have predicted. One of the most important lessons rejection teaches is that it is not always about the individual, it is often about finding the right fit. Just because one opportunity does not work out does not mean another one will not. Sometimes, rejection happens because something is simply not meant for a person. Other times, it happens because there is a better opportunity waiting. Many people who were rejected from their dream jobs later found careers that were even more fulfilling. Many actors who lost roles that they desperately wanted later landed roles that made them stars. Many businesses that were turned down by investors eventually found the right backers who truly believed in their vision. Rejection is a test of perseverance. It challenges a person's commitment to their goals and forces them to decide whether they are willing to keep pushing forward. Those who allow rejection to stop them will never know what they could have achieved. But those who use rejection as motivation, who see every no as a step closer to a yes, are the ones who ultimately succeed. The ability to handle rejection with grace, to learn from it, and to keep moving forward is one of the most important skills a person can develop. The truth is, rejection is not something to be feared, it is something to be embraced. It is a natural part of the journey to success. Every rejection carries a lesson, every setback is an opportunity to grow, and every no is simply a step closer to the right yes. Those who understand this do not let rejection define them. Instead, they use it as fuel to become better, stronger, and more determined than ever before. Success is not a straight path. It is filled with obstacles, failures, and unexpected turns. The journey to any meaningful achievement requires patience, perseverance, and an understanding that true progress takes time. Many people expect success to come quickly, and when they don't see immediate results, they become frustrated and give up. But the reality is that anything worth achieving requires consistent effort over a long period. Growth happens gradually, and those who are willing to endure the process, embrace the struggle, and stay committed despite setbacks are the ones who ultimately succeed. One of the biggest mistakes people make is expecting overnight success. Society often highlights the end result of success without showing the years of hard work that went into it. People see a best-selling author, but don't see the years of writing, rejection, and revision that led to that success. They see a world-class athlete winning championships, but don't see the countless hours spent in the gym, the early mornings, and the sacrifices made. They see a successful entrepreneur, but don't see the sleepless nights, failed businesses, and financial struggles that came before. This illusion of instant success causes many people to feel discouraged when they don't achieve their goals quickly. However, those who truly understand success know that it is a process, a long, sometimes difficult journey that requires patience and persistence. The process of growth and success is similar to planting a seed. A farmer does not plant a seed and expect a tree to appear overnight. They water it, nurture it, and give it time to grow. At first, there is no visible progress, but beneath the soil, roots are developing, strengthening the foundation. The same is true for personal and professional growth. Just because success is not immediately visible does not mean that progress is not happening. Every effort, every failure, and every lesson learned is contributing to something greater. Those who trust the process understand that success is not a single event, but a series of small victories accumulated over time. One of the most important qualities a person can develop on the path to success is perseverance. Challenges will arise and obstacles will test one's resolve. Many people quit when things become difficult because they assume that struggle is a sign they are on the wrong path. But struggle is not a sign to stop, it is a sign of progress. Every setback, every rejection, and every failure is an opportunity to learn, adjust, and grow. The people who achieve great things are not necessarily the most talented or the luckiest, but the ones who refuse to give up. They keep pushing forward even when the odds are against them because they understand that success is built on persistence. Patience is another crucial element in trusting the process. Many people become frustrated when they do not see immediate results. They compare themselves to others who seem to be ahead and feel like they are falling behind. But comparison is dangerous because every person's journey is different. Some people achieve success early while others take longer. The timeline does not matter. What matters is staying committed to the goal. Patience allows people to continue working even when progress seems slow. It helps them stay focused on long-term success rather than seeking quick wins. Those who lack patience often give up too soon, never realizing how close they were to a breakthrough. Another key aspect of trusting the process is learning to embrace failure. Many people fear failure because they see it as a reflection of their abilities or worth. However, failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of it. Every mistake teaches something valuable. Every misstep provides insight into what does and does not work. Those who are willing to learn from failure rather than fear it are the ones who continue to grow. Some of the most successful people in history failed multiple times before they achieved their goals. What set them apart was their ability to view failure as a lesson rather than a roadblock. Mindset plays a significant role in trusting the process. Those who succeed have a growth mindset. They believe that effort leads to improvement and that challenges are opportunities rather than obstacles. They do not see setbacks as permanent but as temporary hurdles that can be overcome with persistence. This mindset allows them to stay motivated even when progress is slow. Instead of being discouraged by difficulties, they see them as a natural part of the journey. A strong mindset helps people maintain confidence in their abilities and trust that their efforts will eventually pay off. Consistency is another critical factor in long-term success. Many people work hard for a short time but lose motivation when they do not see immediate results. However, success is not about intense effort for a short period. It is about steady effort over time. Small, consistent actions add up to significant progress. Just like a river carves through rock over time, continuous effort leads to meaningful change. Those who commit to daily progress, no matter how small, are the ones who ultimately achieve their goals. Trusting the process also requires adaptability. No journey to success goes exactly as planned. Unexpected challenges will arise, and plans may need to change. Those who are too rigid in their thinking often struggle when things do not go their way. However, those who are willing to adjust, learn, and adapt to new circumstances are the ones who thrive. They do not see change as a setback, but as an opportunity to grow in new directions. Being open to change allows a person to navigate challenges more effectively and stay on the path to success. Belief in oneself is essential when trusting the process. Doubt can be one of the biggest obstacles to success. Many people give up because they stop believing in their own abilities. However, those who trust themselves and their journey are able to keep going, even when things become difficult. They remind themselves why they started, focus on their progress, and refuse to let doubt dictate their actions. Self-belief is not about being perfect or never failing. It is about knowing that no matter what happens, they have the ability to keep going and improve. The journey to success is long, filled with challenges, and often unpredictable. Those who reach their goals are not the ones who had an easy path, but the ones who trusted the process, stayed committed, and refused to give up. They understand that success takes time, effort, patience, and resilience. By embracing the journey, learning from setbacks, and staying focused on long-term growth, they ultimately achieve what they set out to accomplish. Surrounding yourself with the right people is one of the most important factors in achieving success. The people you associate with influence your mindset, your habits, and your level of motivation. Whether you realize it or not, the conversations you have, the energy you absorb, and the standards you adopt are shaped by the people around you. If you spend time with people who are negative, who constantly complain, and who have no ambition, their mindset will rub off on you. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with people who are driven, positive, and focused on growth, they will inspire you to push yourself further. Success is not just about personal effort, it is also about the environment you create for yourself. The people you allow into your life determine the expectations you set for yourself. If you are surrounded by people who settle for mediocrity, you will start to believe that mediocrity is acceptable. If your friends do not challenge themselves, do not set goals, and do not strive for something greater, it becomes easy for you to adopt the same mindset. However, when you are around people who are constantly working to improve themselves, who set high standards, and who refuse to accept less than their best, you will naturally start to do the same. Their ambition becomes contagious, their discipline becomes a model for you to follow, and their success becomes proof that hard work pays off. Success is not just about what you do, it is also about who you learned from. No one succeeds alone. Even the most talented and hardworking people in the world have mentors, advisors, and role models who guide them. The right people will challenge you, push you beyond your limits, and help you see opportunities that you may have overlooked. They will not let you settle for less than your full potential. They will offer constructive criticism when you need it, encouragement when you feel discouraged, and wisdom when you face obstacles. Surrounding yourself with people who have more experience, knowledge, and success than you can accelerate your growth in ways you never imagined. Negativity is one of the biggest killers of dreams. If you are constantly around people who doubt your abilities, dismiss your ambitions, or fill your mind with fear, it will be difficult to stay focused on your goals. Negative people project their own insecurities onto others. When they say something cannot be done, it is usually because they do not believe they can do it themselves. If you listen to them, their doubts will become your doubts. That is why it is crucial to distance yourself from those who bring you down. The right people will uplift you, believe in you, and remind you of what you are capable of. even when you start to doubt yourself. Energy is contagious. If you spend time with people who are constantly complaining, making excuses, and avoiding responsibility, that mindset will start to affect you. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with people who take action, focus on solutions, and maintain a positive attitude, their mindset will inspire you to do the same. Successful people do not waste time blaming circumstances or making excuses. They take control of their lives and find a way to move forward. When you are around that type of energy, you naturally start to adopt the same approach. You begin to see challenges as opportunities, setbacks as lessons, and effort as the key to progress. It is important to build a network of people who share your values and vision. Not everyone will understand your goals, and not everyone will support your journey. Some people may try to discourage you simply because they do not have the same level of ambition. That is why it is important to be intentional about who you allow into your circle. Find people who inspire you, who push you to grow, and who genuinely want to see you succeed. These are the people who will celebrate your wins, hold you accountable when you slip, and remind you of your purpose when things get tough. Success is not just about working hard, it is about working smart. Being in the right environment can make all the difference. If you are constantly surrounded by people who challenge you, who introduce you to new ideas, and who help you see things from different perspectives, your growth will accelerate. Successful people know that their environment plays a huge role in their progress, which is why they are deliberate about who they spend their time with. They do not waste energy on toxic relationships, meaningless distractions, or people who drain their motivation. They focus on building relationships that add value to their lives. Surrounding yourself with the right people also means being willing to let go of those who hold you back. This can be difficult, especially if those people have been in your life for a long time. But if someone is constantly discouraging you, making you doubt yourself, or pulling you away from your goals, you have to ask yourself if keeping them in your life is worth the cost. Growth requires difficult choices, and sometimes that means creating distance from people who do not align with where you are going. It does not mean you have to cut people off completely, but it does mean prioritizing relationships that support your growth rather than hinder it. The journey to success is already challenging, and trying to do it alone makes it even harder. Having the right people around you can make all the difference. They can help you stay focused, keep you accountable, and remind you of your potential. They can introduce you to opportunities, challenge you to think bigger, and inspire you to push past your limits. No one achieves success in isolation. The right relationships can be the difference between giving up and pushing through, between settling and striving for more, between staying stuck and breaking through to new levels. Your environment shapes your future. The people you spend the most time with influence your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately, your results. If you want to achieve success, you have to be intentional about who you allow into your life. Find people who inspire you, who believe in you, and who challenge you to be your best. Build relationships that push you forward rather than hold you back. Success is not just about what you do, it is also about who you surround yourself with. Failure is not the enemy. It is not the end of the road, nor is it a reflection of your worth. It is a lesson, a test, a challenge designed to shape you into the person capable of achieving greatness. Every setback, every rejection, every moment of doubt is part of the process. The journey to success is not smooth, it is not easy, and it is not meant to be. It is meant to break you down, to push you, to force you to grow into someone who refuses to quit. The people who achieve their dreams are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who fail and keep going anyway. They are the ones who trust the process, who surround themselves with the right people, who learn from their mistakes, and who refuse to let rejection define them. They understand that success is not an overnight event, but a long journey filled with obstacles, setbacks, and breakthroughs. So when failure comes, and it will, do not let it stop you. Let it build you, let it teach you, let it push you forward. Because the only real failure in life is giving up before you've reached your true potential. Keep going. Your success is waiting.